Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Today we explore a story that is simple in words but deep in meaning. The Necklace by Maupassant. It's a tale of pride, vanity, and the longing for a life of luxury. A single choice, a single mistake, and a lifetime of consequences. With a twist that will surprise you, this story reminds us that appearances can deceive and true happiness lies in honesty and contentment. Let's begin this journey. Listen to the summary very carefully. Then later on, I will explain all the key points of the story.
The story revolves around Madame Loisel, a beautiful but dissatisfied woman who dreams of luxury and a glamorous life despite being married to a modest clerk. When her husband secures an invitation to a fancy ball, she borrows a seemingly expensive diamond necklace from her wealthy friend Madame Forestier to look elegant for the occasion. Madame Loisel enjoys the night, feeling admired and fulfilled. However, after returning home, she realizes the necklace is missing. To replace it, the Loisels borrow money and buy a costly replica. They spend 10 years in poverty, repaying the debt, enduring hard labor and sacrifices. In a twist ending, Madame Loisel meets Madame Forestier again, and learns that the original necklace was fake and not worth much. The story highlights the dangers of vanity, pride, and the harsh consequences of dishonesty and social ambition.
The story centers around Madame Loisel, a young woman who is beautiful but deeply unhappy. Though she lives a modest life with her husband, who works as a clerk, she constantly dreams of luxury, riches, and a glamorous lifestyle. She believes she was born to enjoy wealth and comfort, not to live in a small apartment with plain furniture. The dissatisfaction with her life is the heart of the story's conflict. One day, her husband brings home an invitation to a grand party at the ministry. He expects her to be thrilled, but instead of joy, Madame Loisel is upset. She has nothing suitable to wear. To her, appearance is everything. She feels that if she doesn't look rich and elegant, she doesn't belong at the party. To solve the problem, her husband gives her money for a dress, and she borrows a dazzling diamond necklace from her wealthy friend, Madame Forestier. Now, with her new dress and the borrowed jewels, she finally feels confident, ready to shine among the elite. At the ball, Madame Loisel is admired by everyone. She dances, laughs, and enjoys every moment. For the first time, she feels like she belongs to the world she always dreamed of, rich, respected, and admired. But the magic of the night doesn't last. When they return home, Madame Loisel discovers that the necklace is missing. Panic sets in. She is too ashamed to tell her friend the truth. Instead, she and her husband decide to replace it with a new one that looks exactly the same, but it costs a fortune. To pay for the new necklace, they borrow a huge amount of money. Over the next 10 years, they live in extreme poverty. Madame Loisel does all the housework herself. They move to a cheaper apartment. Her beauty fades. Their life becomes a daily struggle, all because of one lost necklace and one decision not to tell the truth. After 10 long years, Madame Loisel meets Madame Forestier and finally tells her the truth. What she hears next shocks her. The original necklace was fake. It was just costume jewelry, worth almost nothing. All their suffering, all those years of hardship, were for nothing. This story highlights powerful themes: the danger of vanity, the desire to impress others, and how appearances can be misleading. It also teaches us that pride and dishonesty can lead to great suffering, even when we think we are doing the right thing. The necklace leaves us with a valuable lesson. Be honest. Be grateful. Don't let pride drive your choices. Life may not be perfect, but it's real. and truth, no matter how hard, is always better than illusion.